Hello ladies, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Azalea Dawn, and here on my channel I focus on femininity, elegance, leveling up, and strategy to help you get into a hypergamous relationship that's right for you. If any of these things sound like things that you would enjoy, then feel free to check other videos out on my channel and subscribe if you like it. Also, while you're here, please leave a thumbs up by hitting the like button. It really helps me broadcast this message out to other ladies who might also be interested in this content. Now, without further ado, let's get started. When we're in the earlier stages of a relationship, we can almost look at a situation with rose-tinted glasses on. We can see the best in situations, and we can often misread signals that other people are sending out that let us know how it is that they're really feeling once you've given that away. So it's very important that you be judicious with who it is that you're giving your time to, and make sure the men that you give your time to, that they like you, that they enjoy your presence, and that this could really grow into being the kind of relationship that you would like to be in. So without further ado, I'm going to talk about 5 signs to let you know, hey, something might be going on here. Maybe he doesn't feel the way about you that he's saying that he does. Number 1 is that you don't know anyone important in his life. So think about what it is that you do every single day, ladies. Think about what it is that you do when you get up for the day. Do you work a job? Do you maybe socialize with friends? Do you do any sort of interesting activities or hobbies? And think about all of the people that you meet, that you know, that you talk to on a daily basis. Whether or not you consider those people to be your coworkers or family and friends, or just people around town that you may be acquainted with. You have significant social relationships in your life, and chances are the guy that you're talking to also has social relationships in his life. Now, it's true that a lot of guys are not as social as women are. They may not necessarily have this gang of best friends, so to speak, that they're just, having brunch with or anything like that. But they still know people. They still have people whose opinions that they care about and who they interact with on a day-to-day basis. Those people should know who you are if this guy is serious about you. And the person who should be leading the charge with that isn't you, it's him. Think about it. If you bought a brand new Chanel bag, you want to take that Chanel bag, put it on your body, and wear it out. You want to take that Chanel bag and show it off. In the same way, you are something to be proud of. If he is trying to hide you, or he doesn't want to introduce you to people that he knows, what does that say? Does it say that he might be potentially embarrassed about you, or he might be embarrassed about the type of woman that he's attracted to? Does it say that maybe he's just not proud of where he is at this particular place in life, and he doesn't want to show the kind of woman that he's able to get? If he's not showing you off to people around you, that's your first sign that he might not really be that into you. Now, number 2, he doesn't text you back promptly. Now, one thing that I find so interesting about this, especially in the context of a video that's kind of, about Sex in the City in a sense, is times have really changed. Here I'm showing some pictures of Carrie back when she was using, very early cell phones that might have had really large battery packs associated with them, pay phones, corded phones. People in the world, and people who are maybe 35 and older might not find this so, unusual. But people used to really have to have a Rolodex of phone numbers and memorize these phone numbers and go out, find a payphone or find a corded phone and call someone. And if that other person wasn't near their phone, they would have to leave a message and just wait until that person got back to them. But now it is 2022. Most people have cell phones, and most people have their cell phones in their hand very frequently. Think about the last time you saw somebody's screen time. Have you ever met somebody who had a screen time that was like 5 minutes? People are on their cell phones really, really often, especially men, because frankly, these cell phones have continued to grow and grow and grow in size. You know, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is huge, and they've really outpaced the size of men's pockets. In a lot of cases, men have their phone in their hands all day. Literally all day. A lot of people actually have their phones in their hands literally all day. It's like a wearable accessory. And they know when something has transpired on their phone. They know when they've received a text message. They know when they've received a call. They get notifications. He is aware that you texted him. So when it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour or two, or even worse, like 8 hours to another day for this guy to get back to you, chances are he's just not that into you. Men who really like you, they want to communicate with you. They want to be in communication with you, and they don't want you to feel as if he's ignoring you. They don't want you to feel as if they are ignoring you, right? They don't even want to give you the opportunity to get that impression. So as soon as you text them, chances are he's going to text you right back if he really likes you. Like, people who are out here killing people still text back. Now, I'm not saying that you need to take this to an extreme and literally be in communication with the guy from sunup to sundown. That can get a little exhausting for people, you know, like especially people who are not used to texting that much. That said, like a message here and there, you should expect a reply. You should expect a prompt reply. If you find yourself in a position where this person took 2 hours to respond to you, so now you feel like you have to play some sort of game where you take 4 hours to respond, chances are he's just not that into you, and you should just let it go and move on. Now, sign number 3 is that he doesn't respect you, especially in public. Now, respecting someone else is really the bare minimum of what you owe them. But surprisingly, the bar just keeps getting lower and lower, it seems, nowadays. When a guy is disrespectful to you, it's one thing if that disrespect is in private. Let's say he does something that makes you unhappy, or he makes a joke that you found a little bit hurtful. That is something to have a discussion about and really curb in your future interactions. But when a guy is out in public with you and he does things that are disrespectful towards you, he disparages you in front of others maybe, or he makes rude comments and criticisms about you, or he says things about you that, while true, are not exactly flattering. A lot of times the allure of sex and the access to sex can really blind a lot of men's judgment. So they don't really understand, hey, I'm just not attracted to this person outside of the physical. This person is not a good match for me, etc. That can really go by the wayside as they prioritize that, desire for consistent and regular sex. Despite that, the psyche must be heard. If there is one thing that will always be true, it is that the psyche must be heard. So even when a guy is, purporting that he's interested in you or that he likes you, he might be saying that he loves you. If that isn't true, he's going to go out of his way, even subconsciously, you might say, to do things that are sliding towards you in public places. He's going to let it be known that he does not really like you one way or another, because again, the psyche must be heard. Number 4, he hasn't taken you off the market yet. Now, look, this is not about people who identify as polyamorous. This is not about the guy who said, hey, I'm not looking for any sort of exclusive relationship. I don't care who you're sleeping with, etc., etc., as soon as he met you, right? This is not about the guy who says, hey, nothing is going anywhere and you just chose not to listen. That is a completely different thing. When you are engaging in the beginning stages of what you hope to be a relationship, and this person says, hey, I like the same things that you would like. I'm also interested in pursuing monogamous relationships. And that is what it is. That is something to take at face value. But sometimes things just don't work out, and people really just may not be right for us. That said, there might be other things that are good. Men, generally speaking, and I understand that this is going to be a really, maybe a bit triggering to say for some of you, but it's the gospel truth. Men generally leave relationships when they have something else lined up, right? Think about some celebrity divorces. A lot of times it is a big headline how quickly the guy moves on, and people sort of suspect, oh, were they sort of cheating together, or was this person someone that this guy wanted to get with and he left her for that? But oftentimes that is the truth. One example of that would be Matthew McConaughey. When he met his, I believe, current wife, he currently had a girlfriend. And as soon as he saw the person that he said, hey, this is going to be my wife, he broke up with his then girlfriend to pursue her. Another example is Jeannie Mai's ex-husband. As soon as their relationship was over, he was in another relationship within a few months, and he, I believe, married and had a child in that time. A lot of times men are leaving a situation to get into another situation. But what that means to you, essentially, is that if he's still with you, it might be the case that he's not that into you, but he's just waiting for the next better, bigger, better sort of deal to come along. The next, better woman, the next more ideal woman, the woman that he really wants to be with, right? He might just be biding time with you until he gets to her. Now, that is relevant because a lot of times in that type of situation, people don't want to feel as if they are liars or as if they have misled someone. So what they'll do instead is sort of gently back out of the situation. They'll say things like, oh, well, I'm not really looking to be exclusive, or they'll just never really bring up anything in the way of monogamy, right? They won't say, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. I want you to one day be my wife. I want us to be exclusive together. Any sort of conversation that involves mutual monogamy is being taken off the market. Now, monogamy is an important milestone of a relationship because any guy that really cares about you, again, this isn't about the guys who say that they are polyamorous or they're leading some sort of alternative lifestyle. This is just, your typical average normal guy. A vast majority of them, if they care about you at all, they don't want you sleeping with other men. They don't want to know about you sleeping with other men. They don't want it to be happening at all. The first thing they want from you is going to be exclusivity. And in exchange for that, they have to give you exclusivity because chances are you don't want him sleeping with other women. That's not going to make you feel great. And they're able to empathize with that, so they will bring to the table that conversation about monogamy. They'll give you a title. That title might be boyfriend, girlfriend if you're in more of a Western culture, or if you're in more of East Asian or Indian culture, it might just be a straight marriage proposal. Either way, this guy is going to attempt to take you off the market. He's going to make sure that other men cannot have you, that another man can't take his place or do something better than he can, or another man can't come in here and also just take you and snatch you up and make you inaccessible to him. So that's just something to keep in mind and always be watching out for. If a guy is really serious about you, monogamy will be on the table. If it's been more than, I would say, about 3 months, and 3 months is very generous, right? Really 1 month if you are, in your 30s and above, but 3 months if you're, young and just taking your time. Anywhere in between then, if he has not said that he wants to be in a monogamous relationship with you, it's time to just cut your losses and let things go, because you don't want to be in a quote-unquote situationship for 10 years or more. Finally, number 5 is that he checks out other women in front of you. Now, this is really something that has very mixed opinions on it. Some people feel like it's fine to look at other people and, you might be in a relationship, but you're not dead, etc., etc. I don't disagree with any of that. I think that this ultimately, again, comes down to a respect sort of thing. When you are with someone that genuinely cares about you, he's not going to do things to deliberately antagonize you. Now, it might be one thing if you are just, catching him glancing at, like hot women on Instagram, or if he's still consuming adult content. I don't think that those sorts of things, those private activities, are a cause for concern, honestly. But when it comes to very public behavior, you're out in public, you're at dinner with this guy, and his eyes are roaming. He's constantly looking for attractive women around you. And when he sees attractive women, he's just blatantly staring or looking, and you can just see it. And if you call him on the behavior, he doesn't even try to apologize, or he doesn't care that he's been caught doing this. Also, I would also like to bring up a bit of a problematic behavior that is really starting to become a thing with the advent of a lot of dating apps. If this guy is on dates with you, or he's purporting to be in a relationship with you, but he's still on a dating app, let's say he is on a date with you, but he's actively under the table swiping on Tinder. He's looking at his phone. You can see the reflection in his eyes, or you can see his hands as he's swiping right and left. Or if he is in a situation where you've been together, he's asked you to be monogamous, and he is still on a dating app, still actively using a dating app, that would also fall into this category, in my opinion. A sign that he's just not as into you as he's saying that he is. So again, with this sort of situation, you really just want to make sure that you can cut your losses. You don't want to be in a situation where your best years are going to someone who really does not value you. He doesn't value your time, and he doesn't respect you. All right, ladies, so that's the end of my video for today. Hopefully you can take these signs, and the next time that you are in the early stages of a relationship, you know what to look for in terms of signs that somebody might not be as sincere with their feelings towards you as they're saying that they are. So please keep all of this advice in mind and be well. If you enjoyed this video, then please check out other videos on my channel. And if you have enjoyed any of my other content, please feel free to subscribe and help me get this message out to more women who might be interested in femininity, elegance, and leveling up, especially with regard to getting yourself into a hypergamous relationship. All right, thank you.